Monday Night Raw had a lot going for it last night. We seen Roman Reigns return. We seen Braun Breaker and Jey Uso in an Extreme Rules match. We also seen Naomi, who dropped some very shocking news. On top of that, we seen the Kabuki Warriors and the Io Sky stuff play out. But I would normally come on here and give you guys my opinion, but actually, I want to get your guys' opinions today. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to welcome you guys to the first ever episode of Too Hot for Facts. In this series, I'm going to be taking your guys' opinions, and I'm going to be letting you know if those things are too hot or if they are just simply facts. And yes, this is a spin on the hot takes. I feel like everybody does the hot takes. I wanted to add a little more spice to it, you know what I'm saying? Make it a little more exciting. So without further ado, my name is Billy TKO. If you guys are new here, definitely like this video and also be sure to subscribe to the channel. And let's go hop into this thing. So, kicking things off in our first comment, our very, very first for this type of video, we have no other than my boy, Miles Jubert Roberson. And Miles actually says, Jay ends up surprisingly being Seth's plan B. As you guys know, Seth has talked about this plan B, and what is this plan B? We never know what it's going to be because maybe the odds eventually get too stacked for him. Now, I will say that there is a world where this could make sense. The problem with it is no matter what people feel, Jey Uso still, right now, is just a little too over for the fans, in my personal opinion, to go out and turn Jey heel. You know, there hasn't been many signs. Last night, I will say, Jey did wear all black, which was very interesting. I feel like that was a very good play, if, you know, for people like Miles here who think like, oh, Jey could be the one to turn heel. Now, I will tell you right now that there is a world where this is factual. There is a world that this makes 100% chance. Is it the world that I'm living in? I don't know. Is it a world that Miles is currently living in? Absolutely. Now, I love it, though. I love the idea. I'll be honest with you. As much as I love Jey Uso now, I feel like giving a new spin on his character only creates that development more for Jey. But truth be told, I do think that him and his brother, especially now with an announcement that we'll get into later, Jimmy's going to be getting very much involved in the WWE product. So, Miles, I will tell you right now that there is a world where this could be facts, but today, it's just too hot. Coming in with our second opinion today, I have no other than my boy Darth Bane. Darth Bane actually says, Stephanie Vakir wins the world title at Clash and holds it until Naomi gets back. Now, I did say there was an announcement in the beginning of this video, and there was. Naomi is pregnant. She is no longer going to be on WWE TV. Last night she came out, she announced her pregnancy, and she now looks to be going out, doing her thing, making sure, getting her family right. There was a lot of cool things that happened in this segment. One of those things was, you know, her keeping the heel character going, telling Adam Pearce to get out of her ring and, you know, I ain't handing you shit. I loved it. I loved every second of it. Now, the kicker here is that Stephanie Vakir and Naomi had a match scheduled for Clash in Paris. Now, that match is obviously no longer going to be taking place. Truth is, this is a real fact. This is something that WWE can do and most likely will do. So, as much as I want to say, like, oh, man, maybe they'll have Stephanie lose it, I don't think that's going to be the case because I feel like Stephanie right now is so over with the WWE crowd already. WWE loves her. They know that she is like the poster child for what the WWE is. So, yeah, no, I'm going to tell you right now, Darth Bane, this is 100% a fact. Coming in with our third opinion of the day, I have no other than my boy Right Hand Cam. Now, Right Hand Cam actually says Naomi comes back in the 2027 Royal Rumble and wins the whole thing. Now, right now, we don't know the basis of what Naomi's timeline looks like. We understand 9 months. I feel like we're all aware that it is going to be 9 months. Now, truth is, we don't know if she's going to come back directly after that 9 months or if she is going to hold out. So, If she does choose to hold out, that would put her right in the timeline of the Royal Rumble. Obviously, Naomi, as soon as she comes back, will be more over with the fans than she already was. Naomi was already building a name for herself and was already building that repertoire with the fans. Obviously, WWE trusted her enough to give her the Women's World Championship. So I will tell you right now that this is a world that I would be fine living in. Now, right now, it is not facts. So right now, I will say that this is too hot. But is there a world where this becomes factual? 100%. So in, we'll say 9 months' time, you come back and you look at this video, I'm here to tell you that there is a world where this is the case, and people on the internet are indeed speculating Naomi is coming back at the 2027 Royal Rumble. Naomi's going to win the whole thing. I see a world where it happens. I'm okay if it happens. Truth be told, Naomi was just kind of getting her foot through the door again. She was just making that name for herself. The character development with Naomi was everything, and I mean everything. I loved every single second of it. And truth be told, I can't wait for her to get back already because I very much enjoy Naomi. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But last night, what they chose to do was just amazing. It was awesome that she still played that heel character. It was awesome that, the things that she said, talking about Big Jim knows how to Netflix and chill, if you know what I mean. And then what else did she say? She said, I guess the bloodline continues and Cody Rhodes is somewhere tweaking right now. Right now this is a little too hot. But I see a world where it becomes factual. Up next, I have my boy David Decker, also known as OKC Thunder's 8117. And he actually says the Kabuki Warriors will turn on Io, which leads to Io and Rhea teaming together and facing the Kabuki Warriors, potentially leading to the Kabuki Warriors winning the tag titles, and then Io and Rhea winning them. So, boom. This is a good one. This is a very good talking point. As you guys know, there has recently been some development in the Io Sky Kabuki Warriors situation where Io, again, asked them, hey, I don't need the help. And they were nowhere to be found last night on Raw, but who was to be found was Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley came out, saved the day, after the Judgment Day was indeed attacking Io Sky, Roxanne Perez, and Raquel Rodriguez, or Gonzalez. So Rhea Ripley comes out last night, and at the end, you see a backstage segment with Rhea and Io is thanking Rhea for coming out and helping her. And then you see Asuka and Kairi Sane. They come around, and I actually think that this one is too hot. And the reason why I'm going to say this is I actually believe the Kabuki Warriors are going to break up. And the reason why that is because you're starting to see this little turn on Asuka, but you're not necessarily seeing it on Kairi Sane. You almost see Kairi Sane kind of having this understanding of what Io is feeling. Asuka isn't feeling it. Asuka's tripping. Asuka's like, hell no, I can't believe that you would do this, and she's telling Rhea, stay out of my business and our business, blah, blah, blah. And then you kind of see Kairi Sane just look at Rhea with this face after Asuka and Io Sky walk away. And by the way, Io Sky literally lost it on both Asuka and Rhea Ripley, telling them to stop. So I will tell you the development in this has been very good. I think it's going to be great. I do say this is too hot because I believe the fact is that Asuka is going to be turning heel. That's just my opinion. I don't know necessarily if Kairi Sane is going to as well. I don't know necessarily if they want to keep the Kabuki Warriors going or if they have something bigger in play for Asuka in general. But I guess we will find out. There is a world where this is factual, David. I will say that 100%. But truth be told, I actually am more in the preference of Asuka turning heel and just going off on her own. Now, Rhea and Io being a team, absolutely. I see it all day. The chemistry with them in the ring is amazing. So WWE is doing what WWE does best. And they are putting them together in a team. That's facts. That part of that is facts. Coming in with our last too hot or facts opinion, I have no other than my boy Darth Bane. Yes, I am putting him in this video twice. Darth Bane says, Billy, I'm sticking with my wild hot take that I texted you. If you guys don't know, if you guys become a member of this channel for as low as $1.99, you guys can get my personalized phone number and you guys can reach out to me, and it's not some bot, it's real. Just a little plug there. If you guys want to become a member of the channel and text me feel free to do so. He said, Billy, I'm with the wild hot take that I texted you last week. LA Knight ends up being in the vision, as it will be revealed that he was in on the fake injury spot at Saturday night's main event, and either Paige or Saints can still end up joining at some point as well. Now, I'm going to tell you, while, yes, you did have a very good hot take earlier, or too hot for facts, I will say that this one feels like a little bit of a stretch, Darth. And the reason why I feel like it is a little bit of a stretch is because in some cases, right, I see LA Knight going out there and getting involved in turning more of a heel. I don't think he needs the vision. And I understand that people are like, oh, well, the vision, it could be more than just a couple people that it is. I agree. I think Ethan Page or Ricky Saints would work very well in this group. But I feel like LA Knight by himself sounds so much better. So I actually think with his hatred for Seth Rollins, and soon to be his hatred for CM Punk, because let's be real here, eventually it's going to happen, is what is going to turn him down that path of, like, I don't care anymore. You have to understand, Sami Zayn cut a promo a long time ago, right when, Seth did all this, and he said to Seth, he said, you're no different than Roman. And it's true. He really is. If you guys remember, the whole reason that Drew McIntyre turned heel based off of the idea that he had so much hatred for Roman Reigns. So LA Knight, you could legitimately do the same thing. He turns into this guy because of the hatred that he has for Seth Rollins. He can't get the big one done. He's starting to get mad. Every time something happens, somebody always gets involved. So I'm going to say that this one is a little too hot. It is. Is there a world where it's factual? Absolutely. But I believe that the fact is that LA Knight goes off on his own. LA Knight turns heel by himself because of all the things that are happening around him. And when you do that, what you create is masterpiece. Because if you remember how Triple H turned Drew McIntyre in the beginning, when he first came into power, you would know that it was some of the best television ever. You can tell the same exact story with LA Knight if you want to. So I'll leave it there. Darth, this one's a little too hot for me. It really is. But there is a world where it's factual. There really is. And we're going to leave it there. Not everybody dropped a too hot for facts, but I will tell you that Roman did come back last night, and Roman and Bronson Reed being at Clash in Paris will be amazing. Very, very simple. Now, I will say that I very much enjoyed this video, and I'm looking forward to doing this again. I personally have been looking for something to do with these kind of videos and make them a tad bit different, and I feel like we found the rhythm. So, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, I ask that you like this video and also be sure to subscribe to the channel. And don't be afraid to go drop your too hot for facts down in one of my posts over on YouTube, which you guys can find in my post tab. Other than that, that's all I have for you guys. Again, new here, like, be sure to subscribe. My name is Billy TKO. I'm out of here.